Welcome, welcome, welcome. Wait, why are you guys in front of the book? Did you go behind the book or in front of the book? Go in front of the book. Cable audio outside. Where the heck is it? Oh, there it is. Oh, you are in front of the book. Hi, Brandon! Oh, right. I forgot to fix it. Oh, yeah. Guys, there was an update, actually. So I think maybe that'll probably fix the issue it's having. How have I been? Tired? Oh my god, guys, my stomach hurts so much right now. It's like a really weird, sharp pain. I'm hoping that it's because I haven't eaten much and then I ate like candy, so it's like why did you feed me candy? My tummy, everything's empty. Kind of feeling. One singular candy. Like a candy stick. It was like it's like a sour watermelon, but it wasn't really sour. It was just like covered in sugar. And then I had a cookie too. Could it have been the cookie maybe? It did have icing. But now I'm eating tabbouleh, which is like, I think it's like buckwheat and chickpeas. Maybe not buckwheat. It's some type of grain that's like split open. But I eaten meat recently. I don't know, actually. Hi, Alu! What did I eat last night? I had chicken nuggets yesterday. Do you think that counts? Hi, Vlad! Oh. That could be valid. I'm hoping that this tabbouleh salad will. I think someone knocked a bunch of things over. That wasn't me! No! Is everything okay? Honey! My cat knocked a whole bunch of things down. It still hurts, but not as sharp anymore. I think actually just eating this is helping quite a bit. Or maybe it's like rotating. Maybe it comes in waves, the pain. I don't know. But it's good enough for me, like, it's fine enough if I'm sitting here that it's not killing me. We need a Kermie cam. Have a lovely day. I wish we did. Bye, Brandon. This time it was Honey. Honey was like knocking things over. Thank you. I got a haircut today. Slow Calm River. They've been uploading new... They uploaded a new thing. But I don't trust it. It's not saying that it's royalty-free. Actually, I guess technically this doesn't even say it's royalty-free. But can you copyright nature sounds? I feel like that shouldn't be allowed. I feel like you shouldn't be able to film in a meadow and copyright the sound it makes. Copyright nature sounds. How have you guys been? Right, I got my haircut today. It was a good experience. The hairdresser was a junior hairdresser, and she was really sweet and really cute. Copyright Nono sounds. True. Can you do that? I think you should. You can, right? But I think you can only copyright them if you filed for copyright. Like, hi, Harley. I have no idea. Or I think it's a law that you can't gain money off of somebody else without their consent. I think. Like, if you film someone falling and then you put it on YouTube on your monetized channel, and then you got a whole bunch of money on them falling. But then what about VTubers or YouTubers that walk around? You're right. You're like in a whole different law area. Hi, Lizzie. Welcome. How have you been? How's my YouTube fellows been? I've been working. I really want to play this game called The Hookup. When I was really little, it was this game. Like a flash game, and it's about like... I'm pretty sure like you're the new girl in town, and there's like certain characters, and you can like maybe romance them, or like you find out about their like teen drama and stuff, and it's really intense and scandalous. Hi, Brayton. Hi, Mika Ren. It's really scandalous, and it felt like lost media for like the longest time. And me and my friend, we were like the only two people who seemed to know it. And then recently somebody uploaded them playing it on YouTube, and they had found a link to it. Brayton, hi! Thank you for your purchase. I think you got lettuce or something. I wasn't really paying attention. But I was gonna play it on Monday because I was like, okay, I still have a little bit of energy after work. Maybe I can play it. But then I did not. Carly. Okay. Hi, Carly. Or Carly. Carly. You arrived. Hi, silliest one. Thank you for your purchase. Please enjoy your... I think that's a umbrella. Just drew some eyes and quite proud of them. Ooh, nice. Drawing. Oh, and if you're not following me on, or not in my Discord channel, I've talked about it a little bit, but, November is probably going to be almost exclusively Minecraft playing. I'm going to become a Minecraft VTuber for November. It's just spelled a different way. I see. Hi, Zara. It's like... I'm in two different 2 different Minecraft thingamajiggies. Events, I guess? Groups? The chat filter is breaking your brain. Ah, yes, in my on the screen. Yes, that's my it's my warrior cat filter. It's Minecraft time. I'm in something. It's V Civilization for VTubers, and I think there's 200 of us right now that got in. Oh my god, those are really symmetrical and a really good shaped eye. Very good, Lizzie. Where are you from? Canada. So, when the V Civilization is kind of pretty much completely inspired by Ish's poor versus rich civilization, like the poor island and the rich island, the one that got viral for a while. Except we're all on one island, and it's like an RP sort of, so we all have characters. My character is a horse. I've decided I'm gonna be a horse. But my original plan was that I was gonna be a horse and I was gonna run around and collect all the other horses on the island and like be the horse pack, you know? But I didn't look on the document that showed me everything that was like the island or the mod pack rules or whatever, and horses and cows and chickens and stuff, they don't spawn naturally. So I probably won't find a horse. Maybe I can like bribe the mods to like give me horses. Lizzie is that's very smart. Sometimes it's hard to do, like, even if you do one eye, they're too far apart or too close together, but yours is pretty good. I'll tell you, I'm not gonna tell you my address. First VTuber from your country, really nice. Yes, French mode, I did take away a bunch for... only for Warrior Cat Wednesdays, because I'm going to be reading. So I can't really... it doesn't make sense if I have the talk French redeem if I'm reading all the stream. I figured out why that wasn't working too, so that's fixed. It wasn't working last time. So that's one of the... I think I want to do like a character brainstorming event or something with my horse. Like, should I only speak in horse? Like, neigh? Like, neigh! Or should I actually talk? Or should I be like an musume? Musme? Use things. This event, a horse! Farley, these are a lot of quite personal questions. I think probably you shouldn't ask them. Yeah, horse! The V Civilization event, it takes place for... let me actually look at the schedule. It has certain days, and you can only play for a specific amount of hours. And if you die, you die. Like, there's no respawning. So that's kind of... that's what I'm mostly worried about, that I'm gonna die for real. The happy version. Ooh. Where is it? The Civilization. Whoa. Are we getting... I don't think those are pictures in the... Okay, let's see. Oh, creatures! Aw, fox! Okay, schedule. Hi, Lucy! Hello! Welcome in! Yeah, so it's November 8th through to November 16th. That's how long it is. And during this time, they're all, I think, like, the usual days are for 2 to 4 hours. And then there are special build days where it's for like 6 hours, but there's no plot or content allowed to be happening. Also, if you die on build days, you die forever anyways. So we're going to try and avoid dying on build days in particular because, you know, you wouldn't even die part of the plot. You'd just be dead. You just died. I died of natural causes. So that's what the V Civilization event's gonna be. I'm really excited. I will be able to attend, like, all of them, I'm pretty sure. Maybe not... Friday? The 14th? But we'll see. What are we doing today? Today we are reading Warrior Cats, but I'm just talking about an event that I'm going to be a part of soon. And then I'm also in this big SMP by Ume. She's like a moth VTuber, and she invited, like, the greatest evil of all, reading. It's true. There's like, and she has a bazillion girl VTubers, and we all have like little groups, and we don't know what the groups are for yet. Mostly like events that aren't existing yet. But that's gonna start in November too. So I'm hoping that I can like kind of divide my time between each Minecraft world. So this Minecraft world starts, I think, November 3rd. So I should be good to start. Wait, what time does the 8th? So we'll be able to start playing, like, kind of like getting used to Minecraft again, getting into the Minecraft brain set for the first few days, and then once the civilization event starts, then that will be our main focus, and then any other time we'll be playing the SMP. Hi, good morning! Hi, Luz. Hi, Sen. Hi, Dread. Jamal? Hi, Jamal. I don't see Jamal, but hello. Chosen sub emote locked. Yo. What have you been redeeming? What events? Oh, cute! And those last forever, right? I never know, but I hope that they do. Good old Minecraft. 24 hours only? Poo-poo. So that is our very exciting month of November. I wish that there was a cool alliteration I could do. I was like Nono November, but it's like Minecraft November. It's tough. I won't be able to do Warrior Cat Wednesdays on which days? On the first few Wednesdays? On Wednesday 12th? Oh, maybe only on one Wednesday. Yeah, only one Wednesday, so there's only 6 days of the V Civilization event. So we'll only miss one Warrior Cat Wednesday. Minecraft Monday! Minecraft month. I guess that works. Minecraft month. How about Genshin Impact? I haven't played Genshin in a hot minute. I don't know how much there is in that game now. The last time I followed anything in that game was when... Yes, more Digimon soon. Zero, your team is crazy. So, wait, what else was I gonna say? But have a good rest of your day, Zero. Can't remember what I was gonna say anymore. I got off track by Digimon. I'm thinking about Digimon. Digimon, digital monsters. Alright, well, we should begin reading, I think. We'll read a little bit, see here and there. No, do you need moderators? I do need YouTube moderators. Liz, I can make you a moderator. I trust you. Hold on. If you want to be a moderator, I don't want to force that upon you. GTA 5 online. Hey, no, not your power. How do I mod someone? I don't know. Maybe if I'm in chat? Yeah! I think you are very good, Liz. I remember when you were sticking up for me that one time. Let me figure out how little I use YouTube. Go to your channel. I am live. Whoa! Oh, dang, it's really delayed, huh? Which chat are you in? Are you in my vertical stream or my horizontal stream? Vertical? You are! I think everyone's in my vertical, actually. You are now... managing. Can manage blocked words and change chat modes in live. I'll give you managing mod. Yay! Congrats! Liz is now a mod. Oh, I'm also off center on this screen. I believe I'm off center. Boo. Boo! There. Better. Got something in my eyeball. Okay. That looks good. Why does YouTube not notify me when you air? That is a good question. I wish that I knew the answer to that. Maybe you need to press the notification bell? Do the notification bells still exist? I'm not sure. I'm not very accustomed to YouTube these days. Okay, guys. My poor eyeball hurts. Blah, blah, blah. All right. Let's begin reading Warrior Cats. We'll read for a little bit. Probably a shorter stream than usual because I did start late. Gonna keep stream up on your phone while doing dishes. Yay! Happy dishes. Enjoy the Warrior Cats. So, previously on Warrior Cats, what happened? So they've moved to their new areas. It's been a half a moon since the new areas. How's my day been? It's been good. Productive, actually. My stomach was hurting me, like, before stream. That's why I'm an hour late to stream today. I think it was because I didn't have anything in my stomach, and then I ate, like, candy or, like, milk or something, and it was like... But I've been eating a little bit of tabbouleh salad, and it's nice. Now it's not hurting. Right, so, previously on Warrior Cats, A Forest Divided, it's been a half a moon since the cats have spread apart. We ended, I believe, with, we ended the last time with Greywing helping Slate with a badger? And he wound up in Windrunner's camp. And Windrunner and Co. were very excited. We met some of the new cats in Windrunner's camp, which was a medicine cat-like cat and a hunter cat and the kits that have been growing up. So that's nice. He's much happier there. He's been getting asthma attacks in the forest because there's not enough clean air and like fresh air and stuff. It's mostly like swampy, mildewy, and that's really bad for his lungs. So I'm guessing he's probably gonna move in with Windrunner. He's a Wind Clan cat. Meanwhile, in Clear Sky's camp, Clear Sky's being, like, really weird to Thunder, his son. He's, like, almost trying to assert dominance, like, as if Thunder came here to, like, become a leader or something. He's, like, when Thunder's like, hey, you want to walk with me? He's like, why? And, like, Thunder's just trying to, like, get on good terms with his dad, and his dad's like all like, why do you want to walk with me? I know my forest, my boundaries, my land. I don't need your help. And Thunder's like, I just wanted to talk with you. But then they did go out for like a little patrol, and they ran into none other than Starflower, the girly that betrayed Thunder, that seduced Thunder and then betrayed him and put everybody in risk. And she was like, hey guys, can I join your clan? And then Thunder was like, no. And Clear Sky was like, no. And then Starflower was like, pretty please, I don't have anybody at all. And then Thunder was like, you know what? Maybe she's right. Maybe she does need, like, she's out of her dad's control, so she's probably changed and wonderful. And he's like, Dad, please let her come join. And Clear Sky's like, why? Like, we don't like her. And then he was like, please, pretty please, please, Dad. And then Clear Sky was like, all right, fine, she can join. And so she joined, and Thunder was kind of smitten and giving her a look, and Starflower was kind of flirting with him from afar, and she's been really helping out. But then Clear Sky was on a walk, and then Starflower showed up while he was on a walk alone. and she started flirting with him and like having like a little like back and forth. And she's like, how about you train me how to be a leader, and I'll train you how to be a forest cat. You know, like she's like all like coming up in his space. And Clear Sky was like, first he was like, what the heck is going on? And then he was like, you know what? Maybe. And then he started sneaking out and meeting Starflower and not telling Thunder about this. And he sneaks out and he's with Starflower and they're busy like talking and meeting and flirting about. And Thunder follows them one time with Lightning Tail and he sees them and he's like, oh my god, what the heck? And he's so mad. He's like betrayed, like all what she wants is power. And Lightning Tail was like, well, maybe Clear Sky knows what's going on and he's doing this to like keep tabs on her. And Thunder was like, maybe, but you know what? Whatever. And then he like storms off and Lightning Tail follows him. And that's where we ended. And what kind of salad? It's called tabbouleh salad. I don't actually know. Tabbouleh salad. Simple Mediterranean salad. It finely chopped parsley, soaked bulgur, which is a kind of grain, tomatoes, mint, onion, seasoned with olive oil, lemon juice, salt, and pepper. It's really simple, but it's really nice. I like bulgur. Bulgur wheat. Bulgur wheat. Bulgur is cracked wheat. It like almost looks like rice, but it's like cracked. And almost like couscous, but bigger than couscous. I love different kinds of wheat. I think my favorite kinds of wheat are barley, buckwheat. Barley, buckwheat, and oats. And bulgur now. Buckwheat. Buckwheat. When I was little, my ex-best friend, or ex-friend, I wouldn't even call her my best friend. She always had buckwheat in her house. And we would just make buckwheat like rice, and then we would pour like this sauce over it and eat it, and it was so yummy. It hit the spot. But I don't know where to get buckwheat anymore. Also, why is it seems like YouTube... All right. So that's what tabbouleh salad is. That's what's going on in Warrior Cats. Let's get down to business. I hope Ven comes. I miss Ven. Laggy! Laggy. Thank you for your repop. How are you? Nerd no. Hi. Lag. Nerd lag. It didn't work. How's your baby? Is your baby healthy? Baby Nono tried to escape early. What the? Tell baby Noelle to calm down. Is it okay? Is baby Noelle okay despite wanting to flee his environment? Yes? Okay, good. That's wonderful news. Abby's okay? Tell Abby. I hope she feels better. I hope she feels wonderful. Because I don't know if she doesn't feel bad right now. Tell Abby I said hi. I want to find out what Abby's craziest cravings have been. Cravings is like the weirdest part of pregnancy for me. Milk? Nothing but milk? Abby, you gotta eat more. Your cat is watching you. What's your cat's name? You have the cravings. What are you craving? Honey, BBQ wings! I haven't had good wings in a while. I need some good wings. You've only been eating those? Goofy. Oops. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Gosh. Have you eaten all of them? That would be sad. Okay, I lost my chat. There we are. Kawa? Is that how you pronounce it? Kawa? Don't know if you're very good at the language. No, you're talking to a Brazilian. Hello, welcome in. Your name is very pretty. You had 3 buckets of BBQ honey wings? Whoa. Whoa! That's so many! Are you eating salad? Make sure you have some salad. You need your greens. Gigi! Ginger striped Turkish. So cute. Gigi. I used to have a guinea pig named Gigi. What's a salad? Yummy. Good for you. That's what a salad is. You gotta get your greens. Don't you have, like, cravings when you're... If you have so much of a craving for meat, you must have a craving...
Yes! Hell yeah! Hey, come on, baby! Come on! Yes! Come on! Ah! Yes!
Consume. Salad. Because, like, if I have too many, like, sugary sweets, I start to crave vegetables. I crave the veggies. The broccoli. The cauliflower. I crave it. Like a beast. Alright. Chapter 11. We're starting to read. We're getting down to business. Why has it been 40 minutes? Guys, it's been 40 minutes and I haven't started reading? You guys, I feel like I've literally done nothing. I haven't even been talking about anything of use. I usually start wanting a lot of water if I eat too much sweet stuff. That makes sense. You drink water? Weirdo. Water drinker. Okay. The weak Leaf Bear's sun was sliding towards the treetops before Clear Sky returned to camp. Thunder had been waiting out for him. His pelt twitched with annoyance as his father padded across the clearing and jumped past his nest among the oak roots on to the short, steep bank beyond. He'd been trying to ignore the anger churning in his belly all afternoon, but he couldn't push Clear Sky and Starflower from his thoughts. He swallowed back a growl as Thorn nudged past him. Sorry.
It! Get out of here, it.
Productivity 0, right?
Big Hug, your voice sounds like League of Legends characters. A specific one? Who?
Is it? You got free jump scares?
That's very nice. I'm glad about that.
You log in 5 times in a stream, you get a free booster pack. Whoa, cool! How many is in a booster pack?
I'm getting distracted again.
Sorry, the gray she-cat dipped her head. I'm headed for the prey pile, but the camp's a bit crowded. Thunder snorted. Is it worth the effort? He glanced at the meager pile of fresh kill. 3 mice and a squirrel weren't going to feed so many mouths. It was mouse brain of Clear Sky to keep every cat in camp when there was a whole forest full of prey. Thorn picked her way past Pink Eyes and Quickwater, who were lounging beside the holly bush. She nodded politely to Milkweed, who sheltered beneath the yew, coughing from time to time. Cloudspots crouched beside the sickly queen, chewing leaves into a pulp, while Thistle and Clover scrambled through the branches above them. Lightning Tail was sharing tongues with Acorn Fur, while Birch and Alder badgered them with questions about life on the moor.
Did you really hunt rabbits in tunnels?
Alder's eyes were wide. Lightning Tail shrugged. I prefer hunting above ground. Acorn Fur shivered. Not me. I like the shelter of the tunnels. There's no wind to ruffle your fur.
But how could you see what you were doing?
Birch asked. With our whiskers, ears, and noses, of course, Acorn Fur told him. I never got a chance to hunt out in the tunnels. Sparrow Fur sprawled sleepily at the edge of the clearing where Owl Eyes paced around her.
I was too young.
Now we never have a chance to hunt anywhere. Owl Eyes flashed a look at Clear Sky. He was clearly still angry that he had spent the day in camp. Blossom wove past him.
I'm sure Clear Sky will let you hunt tomorrow.
Yeah, right. Owl Eyes didn't look convinced. Thunder felt a flash of satisfaction. Clear Sky's dumb hunting rules were ruffling fur among his campmates. They weren't even effective. He glanced at the prey pile again. Nettle and Leaf were lying like guards beside the pitiful collection of fresh kill, eyeing their campmates warily. Clear Sky called from the bank. Thunder, are both hunting patrols back? Can't you tell? Thunder snapped. The camp was overflowing with cats. Clear Sky narrowed his eyes. Is something wrong? Lightning Tail flashed Thunder a warning gaze. It's not the time to confront him about Starflower, Thunder thought. Puffing out his chest and heading for his father. Leaping up the muddy banks, he landed beside Clear Sky and gave a curt meow. It's not working. What's not working? Clear Sky tipped his head. Sending out 2 hunting patrols each morning and then wasting the rest of the day with everyone cooped up in camp. Thunder felt righteous anger rising in his chest. It's mouse-brained. The fur bristled on Clear Sky's shoulders. Look at the prey pile. Thunder nodded towards it. Most cats will go hungry tonight. Clear Sky padded away from the edge of the bank, moving closer to the break-in. Keep your voice down, he cautioned. We've already discussed hunting. You know why I have to organize it so carefully. Because you don't trust us. Thunder followed his father out of hearing of their campmates. But that doesn't explain why you only send out 2 patrols a day. I could be hunting right now. If you're scared that I'll eat half my catch, send Leaf and Nettle with me to keep watch, he snorted. It would give them something to do. And what about Owl Eyes? He's been desperate to go hunting all day, but instead he's had to stay here, and tonight he'll sleep with an empty belly. I bet he's starting to wish he'd joined Tall Shadow's group. They probably hunt from dawn to dusk. He stared straight into Clear Sky's piercing blue eyes, hoping he touched a nerve. How could his father be so dumb? Dumb with hunting, and even dumber about Starflower. What a rabbit brain! Clear Sky returned his gaze steadily.
Do you want to hunt the forest dry in the first moon of Leaf Bear? No, Thunder hissed. But if you send out smaller groups and send them out regularly, we could hunt the whole territory. If we take a little from everywhere, we'd have more to eat. No cat would be stuck in camp, and the prey would last through to New Leaf. I see you've thought about this. Clear Sky's ears twitched irritably. Maybe you should be the leader. There was sarcasm in his mew. Thunder scowled at him. On the moor, Tall Shadow and Grey Wing treated me like one of the leaders. This isn't the moor, Clear Sky snapped. We do things differently in the forest. This group has one leader, and that's me. On the moor, no cat knew who was in charge. Every time there was a problem, you had to gossip like a bunch of starlings before you actually did anything about it. Here, my cats trust me to make the decision. I don't need your advice. Rage bubbled up from Thunder's belly. You need some cat's advice. Clear Sky eyed him, suddenly cautious. Are you really this angry about hunting patrols? I saw you! Thunder blurted. You didn't go on a patrol. You went to meet Starflower. Clear Sky's hackles lifted. I ordered you to stay in camp. I'm not as easy to boss around as Owl Eyes. Thunder held his gaze. What were you doing with her? It's none of your business, Clear Sky bristled. You know she can't be trusted, Thunder warned. She might make promises, but they're all lies. She only cares about herself. He leaned closer. You trusted her father, and look where that got you. Clear Sky flinched as though Thunder had clawed his muzzle. Thunder backed away. Had he gone too far? I'm only warning you because I fell for her lies once before, he meowed quickly. I don't want to see her betray you the way she betrayed me. I'm thinking of all of us. Trusting Starflower will not end well. Clear Sky's gaze suddenly softened. I know she hurt you. Thunder. Hope flashed in Thunder's chest as he saw sympathy in his father's eyes. Does that mean you'll stop seeing her? Clear Sky looked past Thunder towards the clearing. Take Owl Eyes and go hunting. Will you stop seeing her? Thunder pressed. I'll think about what you've said. Clear Sky avoided his gaze. Go hunting. That's what you wanted, wasn't it? Frustrated, Thunder leaped into the clearing and crossed the camp towards Owl Eyes. Thunder! A throaty mew caught his ear. He turned to see Starflower ducking into camp. He halted as she padded towards him and narrowed his eyes. What do you want? Her golden pelt glowed in the afternoon light. I smelled your scent by the flat rocks this morning. So? Her green eyes narrowed. What were you doing there? Why do you care? Bitterness stung Thunder's throat. Have you been following me? I was following Clear Sky, Thunder growled. I was worried about him being out in the woods alone. Starflower gave an amused purr. I think Clear Sky's old enough to take care of himself, don't you? Besides, he wasn't alone. He had me. Rage surged beneath Thunder's pelt. Stay away from my father, he hissed. Starflower blinked. Why? We get along so well, and... She paused, her gaze suddenly softening. Oh, Thunder, I'm so sorry. Thunder shifted his paws, his pelt burning. He looked away. What for? I didn't know you still had feelings for me, she gushed. I thought you stopped caring for me when you found out who my father was. Thunder stiffened, surprised to find hope prickling in his chest. Was that regret in her mew? Did she still care about him? Thunder, stop it! Oh my gosh. Ooh. Is there a game stream tomorrow? And hi, Nono. Hi, loser, bae. Stream there will be a stream tomorrow. It will be a Flash game, though. An old game that I played a lot when I was a kid. What's my favorite song right now? Oh, that's tough. I don't know. Mine like changes so often. Stretch! Thank you for the stretch! I really like Gigi. What's her name? She sang the Sailor song. Sailor song. Gigi Gigi Perez. Yeah, sure, you can speak in Brazilian or Portuguese or Brazilian Portuguese if you want. I won't be able to understand you, but you could. We were never meant to be together, Thunder. Starflower shook her head sadly. The ground seemed to move beneath his paws. I thought you understood that, she went on. You and I are so different. Clear Sky and I have so much more in common. I understand him. I know why he's so tough and ambitious, and I don't judge him for it. I admire him. Oh my god, she's so crazy. Thunder curled his lip. You just like him because you think he's like your father. She's got daddy issues. Or dad issues in general. He hissed. Well, he's not. He's far better than that Foxheart. You're pathetic, always looking for some cat to make you feel good about yourself. Where are you gonna learn to stand for your own four paws? Tail lashing, he called to Owl Eyes. Come on, Clear Sky wants us to go hunting. Leaf looked up sharply. Can I come? Why not? Thunder marched towards the entrance. He could take any cat he liked. He didn't need Clear Sky's permission, and Leaf would be in a far better mood if he had a chance to flex his claws on prey instead of moss. He ducked through the bramble wall, Leaf on his trail. Owl Eyes burst out after them, his pelt prickling with excitement. Where should we hunt? He gazed around the woods happily. Clouds were bubbling overhead as the sun sank behind the trees. There's a beach copse beyond the sycamore, Leaf suggested. The nuts will attract prey. Thunder nodded. You lead. He wasn't going to be like Clear Sky insisted every cat follow in his paw steps. Leaf bounded away and leaped the gully. Owl Eyes chased after him, tail high. Thunder broke into a run, relieved to feel his paws pounding on the forest floor. The anger that had been pulsing beneath his fur melted as he raced after his campmates. Leaf charged up the slope and hared past the sycamore. Owl Eyes, smaller and lighter, moved fast through the forest. He zigzagged easily between the undergrowth, veering around a bramble and ducking beneath a jutting branch. Thunder kept a tail length behind, wincing as a thorn snagged his thick pelt and leaping over a branch instead of ducking under. He could feel power surging into his paws as they thrummed over the earth. Wind streamed through his whiskers. Ahead, the beech copse showed among the other trees. Dark orange leaves clung to their branches, making the forest here glow like Starflower's pelt. Thunder pushed the thought away, skidding to a halt where Leaf and Owl Eyes had stopped beside a swath of bracken. Leaf nodded towards the forest ahead. The ground was littered with beech nuts. Roots showed just above the soil, winding over one another to make a low forest of nooks and shadows. It was the perfect spot for prey. Thunder nodded to Owl Eyes. Go around to the far side of the copse, he whispered. If we flush out the prey, it'll run towards you. Owl Eyes nodded and quietly picked his way around the trees. Thank you for the follow, Pom-Pom! Ooh, it almost has like Brazilian Portuguese almost has like a Spanish or French feel to it. Thunder dropped into a crouch and watched the tangle of beech roots. Leaf squatted beside him, his mouth open as he tasted for scents. His muzzle twitched. Thanks for letting me come, he murmured. I'm sick of waiting in camp for some other cat to bring me food. He glanced sideways at Thunder. How did you persuade Clear Sky to change his mind? I just suggested it would be better to send out more patrols, Thunder answered lightly. Of course it is, Leaf snorted. What's the point in all of us sitting around when the prey pile's half empty? The gray and white Tom shook his head. Clear Sky's gone soft since the battle. Thunder snapped his head around. Was Leaf being disloyal? Leaf's ear twitched uneasily. I mean, he's still Clear Sky, he backtracked. But all this talk of uniting and taking in sick half-starved cats, it's not how he used to be. Leaf tucked his paws tightly under him. Thunder shifted to rebalance himself. He could hear prey rustling the leaves between the beech roots. Owl Eye's pelt showed in the shadows beyond. Clear Sky's just doing what the spirit cats asked of him, he whispered to Leaf. They're the ones who want us to unite. spirit cats don't get hungry. Leaf gazed ahead, his eyes flicking one way and then the other as he scanned for prey. Why don't they look after the sick and the weak? Here in the real world, strength is the only thing that counts. What's the point in hunting for cats who can't hunt for themselves? They just sap the strength of the whole group. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Thunder glanced at his campmate. Does he really believe that? Of course, strength was important, but surely it was possible to be strong and look after the weak. Everyone has their own strengths, he pointed out. No one hears as well as Pink Eyes, and Jagged Peak has grown tough and practical because he's had to fight every paw step on the way. He may be tough, but can he hunt? Leaf meowed darkly. You've forgotten how Leaf Bear is. There are lean moons ahead. It's not so easy to be soft-hearted when your belly's empty. Thunder flexed his claws. Leaf was sounding like Clear Sky in the days before the battle. All we have to do is persuade Clear Sky to change the hunting patrols. Then there'll be enough prey for all of us. You'll see.
Thank you for the alert, Faye.
Food time. Tiny shapes scuttled through the leaves and darted over a root. Mouse! Excitement surged through Thunder's muscles. Before Leaf could move, he raced for it. The mouse was heading for a gap where the roots burrowed into the earth. Leaping, Thunder hooked it with his claw. It landed awkwardly, bending his other forepaw beneath him. Pain flashed through his flank as he hit the root, feeling the wind knock from his belly. Squeaking, the mouse wriggled free from his grasp. Leaf barged past and slammed his forepaws down hard on the ground. Got it! As the black and white Tom spoke, leaves exploded a tail length away. Thunder jerked up his head and saw a rabbit racing away between the trees. They must have startled it when they caught the mouse. He struggled to his paws, his flanks aching where the root had bruised it. His injured paw folded limply beneath him. Mouse stung!
It's okay, I've got it.
Owl Eye's triumphant yowl rang through the trees.
Hello! Pom-Pom Raid! Oh my gosh! You snuck in early. Hello, Miss Nisa? Miss Anika? Miss Anissa?
Is an absolute delight. The Scottish VTubers, a bundle of energy, streaming daily and playing everything from Digimon to seafaring adventures. Their stabby stab ninjas, escapades, and final murders have me on the edge of my seat. Not to mention their adorable Beanie and Bun Bun. Rar your way into Miss Anika's stream for a fun time.
Pom-Pom Raid, hello! Welcome! Welcome in! Did you enjoy Voltoro?
I only started playing Voltoro recently, and I was very shocked by what it was like. It was addictive, though. It was like... I'm not very good at poker. Actually, I don't know how to play poker, so there was like an extra learning curve, because I was like, oh yeah, what are the moves that you have to do? But I hope you had a wonderful stream. I had fun with cards, although I lost all your runs. Oh no! That's alright. You still, like, gained cards. That's the nice thing about Voltoro, because it's also, like, a collection game. So, if you collect a card, you still kind of win. A little bit. But yes, my name is Nono. Today we are reading Warrior Cat. So, if you want a chill time, you can hang out and maybe do some chores or take a nap while I read. Or if you are sleepy or hungry, you can cook some food while you read. Unlurk. Welcome back, Bay. Either way, thank you so much for the raid. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I'm gonna continue reading. We're in the middle of a... Oh, we're actually almost done the chapter. Cool. It's okay, I've got it! Owl Eye's triumphant yowl rang through the trees. He was on the rabbit's tail. He lunged fast and caught it in between his forepaws. Thunder shook out his weak paw until the pain eased. The scent of fresh kill touched his nose. Leaf paced around him, tail high. The mouse dangled from his jaw. Owl Eyes trotted towards them, the rabbit swinging beneath his chin. I told you, Thunder purred. With enough hunting patrols, there'll be prey enough for everyone.
You love warriors? Me too. Onyx. Stream tomorrow is 3 p.m. PST unless, I don't know, we get delayed again. But yeah. Thunder led the way into camp, his fur fluffed with pride. On the way back, he had spotted a squirrel rummaging beneath the sycamore. He'd caught it as it tried to scoot up the trunk. Now, he crossed the clearing and dropped it on the prey pile. No hungry bellies tonight, he meowed proudly, scanning the camp for his father. Clear Sky had to see now that more hunting patrols would keep the group well fed. Lightning Tail hurried to meet him, his gaze dark. "Where's Clear Sky?" Thunder asked. Lightning Tail scowled. "He left the camp." The Black Tom growled softly. "With Starflower." "Again? He left already!" This is like his second, let's go hang out with Starflower outside of camp today. He's not even doing anything. Thunder bristled. Clear Sky had ignored his warning. He just sent me hunting to get me out of the way. Blood roared in his ears. Did he say when he'd be back? Lightning Tail glanced towards the bramble entrance, keeping his mew low. All he said was that he'd be back later. Then I'll wait. Trembling with rage, Thunder swallowed back a growl. I have something to tell him. Something he will not want to hear. Oh? Oh? I'm intrigued. Chapter 12. Clear Sky pounded down the slope, swerving between the trees. The ground had dried since the morning's rain, but the leaves were still slippery under paw, and he skidded as he dodged around a bramble spilling across his path. Starflower was ahead. He could see her golden pelt glowing as she ran like a patch of starshine, moving between the trees. Digging his claws into the soft earth, he regained his balance and pushed harder. He reached the bottom of the slope a moment after Starflower. Hi, Jarn! My friend is really good at art and she almost made... Yo! I love the Warrior Cats comic. I just got the third one. It came out recently. Warrior Cat artists are crazy. I trust them with my life. If I ever need a cat or an animal drawn, Warrior Cat artists will always shine. Do you still think you know the forest better than I do? Her words came in gasps as she caught her breath. I bet you've never been here before. Yes, I have, Clear Sky puffed. Wilted ferns clumped between slender rowans. Beyond them, he could see a grassy clearing. Have I been here before? He narrowed his eyes. Of course. He recognized the wall of rocks on the far side of the clearing. As he padded into the clearing, wet grass brushed his paws. It was getting late, and dew glittered in the late sunshine. If the skies remained clear, it would turn to frost. Starflower stopped beside him as he gazed at the sun dipping behind the rocks. Its orange rays melted on top of the stones for a moment before disappearing. Clear Sky felt chilly shadows swallow him. Come on. Chasing the setting sun, he leaped onto a jutting stone. He scrambled from boulder to boulder until he reached the top. Starflower looked up from the clearing below. Watch out for snakes. Snakes? You're a snake, Starflower. Clear Sky peered over the edge, his pelt prickling. They hide in the crevices between the stones. Starflower leaped nimbly after him. He watched her, expecting any moment for a snake to dart from a gap and bite her. She stopped beside him, her whiskers twitching as she met his anxious gaze. Don't worry, One Eye taught me how to kill snakes. Clear Sky blinked at her in surprise. Have you ever killed one? A mischievous glint flashed in her eye. I've never had to. You should try it. She shrugged. They don't taste bad, especially in the middle of a long leaf bear. One Eye would bring me hunting here when there was no prey to find in the forest. Snakes are sluggish when it's cold, easy to catch, if you can find them. Clear Sky stared at the she-cat, his tail twitching. What other secrets of the forest did Starflower know? With this wily she-cat at his side, who knew what he might achieve? She might be able to help him work out a way to unite all the cats. Sunshine warmed his back. They had escaped the shadows below and caught up to the setting sun, which glittered between the trees as it slid towards the far horizon.
Starflower wove around him. So? So what? Had he missed something? She stopped, her muzzle close to his.
Have you decided to trust me yet?
Clear Sky shifted his paws. Thunder thinks I shouldn't. Starflower's green eyes softened. Poor Thunder. She murmured, I'm sorry that I hurt him. But he's a young cat. He'll get over it. Is Starflower not young? Or is she like a young adult? I don't know. Do you think? Clear Sky searched her gaze hopefully. He'd never met a cat like Starflower before. She was clever, tough, and self-assured. A strange, strong urge to be with her pressed in his chest. What about Thunder? He's a young cat. He'll get over it. Oof. Starflower's warm breath washed his muzzle. He nudged her cheek with his nose. Should he ignore Starflower just to please his son? Does he really want me to be alone? We should go back to camp, Starflower murmured. It'll be dark soon, and the others will be worried about you. Clear Sky nodded slowly. He didn't want to leave the last warm rays of the sun and return to the chilly clearing. But he was leader. He had a duty. He leaped down the rocks, warily eyeing the gaps between the stones for snakes. He landed in the grassy clearing with a grunt of relief. Starflower's pelt brushed his as she landed beside him. She led the way home, her tail swishing through the shadows. Twilight seeped through the forest as the sun disappeared. As they neared the camp, he smelled the familiar scents of his campmates. He nosed his way back through the bramble and padded into the dim clearing. Back off, Leaf! Blossom stood face to face with the black and white Tom, her ears flat. Behind her, Milkweed was shielding her kits while Leaf eyed them angrily. They ate my mouse, Leaf snarled. It's not your mouse, Blossom challenged. I caught it. Leaf's eyes blazed. And Owl Eyes caught the rabbit. Blossom nodded to the carcass lying between Acorn Fur and Thorn. But he was happy to share it. Only because Thunder let him have the squirrel. The fur lifted along Leaf's spine. All I've had is half the shrew Nettle caught this morning. Clear Sky hesitated. Why are they arguing over prey? 'Cause they're hungry, dude! Oh my goodness. Starflower nudged his shoulder with his nose. Stop them, she murmured. Clear Sky shot her a warning glance. He didn't need her telling him how to handle his cats. What's going on? He glared at Leaf. Leaf turned on him. I'm starving while they eat my catch. He flung a hostile look at Milkweed. What has she brought to the group apart from 2 hungry kits and a cough that keeps everyone awake? Milkweed's eyes narrowed to slits. Beside her, Thistle arched his back and hissed, while Clover ducked, wide-eyed beneath her mother's belly. Blossom showed her teeth. They need food more than you. Can't you see that? They're half starved. Then they should have gone hunting today, like I did, Leaf spat back. Clear Sky perked his ears. Leaf wasn't on today's hunting patrols. Who said you could hunt? Thunder did. Clear Sky flashed a look at his son. I told you to take Owl Eyes. Thunder's eyes were dark. A chill ran along Clear Sky's spine. How had the mood in camp turned so sour? He turned back to Leaf. I organized the hunting patrols. Leaf Bear is here! Leaf flashed his tail. We've already had snow, and the days are still getting shorter. The sickness killed half the prey, and we're feeding cats who can't yet hunt for themselves. His gaze flashed to Birch and Alder. Birch puffed out his chest indignantly. We'd hunt if we got the chance. Exactly! Leaf turned back to Clear Sky. Every cat should be out hunting, or at least learning to hunt. We shouldn't be sitting in camp hungry while prey roams the forest. Clear Sky curled his lip. Our prey is gorging on leaf-fall fruit, growing fat and strong again. If we hunt it while it's still recovering from the sickness, we risk destroying it forever. He looked around at his campmates. Blossom stared at him nervously. Pink Eyes dropped his gaze. Acorn Fur and Lightning Tail exchanged glances. Clear Sky stood up tall, looming over Leaf. You think with your belly, not your head, he snarled, which is why I'm leader and you're not. If you're not happy here, then leave. Go back to living as a rogue. I only want cats here who want to be here. He backed away, his tail lashing as silence gripped the camp like a hard frost.
Hydrate! Oh, thank you, Zero.
Zero, did you go to Twitch specifically to redeem Hydrate? I do actually have water today.
It's flavored water, but it's still water.
Thunder broke it. You're right. He stepped forward, his shoulders square. Cats should only be here if they want to be. So I should leave. Thunder! Oh my god, drama! Shock scorched through clear sky. Leave? He stared at his son. Numbness spread up from his paws until he could hardly feel the chill of the night settling over the camp. Why? He rasped. I can't stay another day trapped in a camp and watching cats I care about go hungry just because you order it. A murmur rippled around the camp. Owl Eyes shifted his paws while Pink Eyes nodded slowly. Anger burned in Clear Sky's belly. I don't let my cats gorge themselves into a stupor for a reason. I want the prey in this forest to last until New Leaf. I want enough to share when Greywing and the others decide to join our group. If we hunt too much now, there'll be nothing left. Just wait. You'll see I'm right. Thunder's eyes flashed. That's all you care about, isn't it? He snarled. Being right! You sacrificed every cat in this camp just to prove you're the smartest cat in the forest. That's not true. It is. Leaf hissed it. Leaf's hiss surprised Clear Sky.
Mutiny is afoot!
Thunder's right. You don't care about preserving the prey. You just want to look clever. Clear Sky dug his claws into the cold earth. How could any cat believe that after everything he had done for them? Thunder spoke. I won't disturb you or hunt near your camp. I'll live somewhere else in the forest, but I can't be a part of your group anymore. I'm going with him. Leaf lashed his tail. Me too. Lightning Tail stepped forward. Oh, snap. This is how Thunder becomes ThunderClan leader? Because he staged a mutiny? Clear Sky's thoughts swirled. What was happening? He wanted to unite the cats, not drive them apart. Owl Eyes nodded to Thunder. Can I come too? And me. Cloudspots glanced anxiously towards Milkweed. I'll leave my herbs for your cough. Thunder was staring at the cats gathering around him, his eyes wide with surprise. You can come if you want, he stammered. Owl Eyes gazed hopefully at Sparrowfur. Are you coming? Confusion sharpened the young she-cat's amber gaze for a moment. Then she dipped her head. No, Owl Eyes. I made my decision to join Clear Sky, and I'm sticking with it. I'll come with you. Pink Eyes patted towards Thunder. Oh, I'll come with you. Pink Eyes patted towards Thunder. You? Clear Sky wondered if he was dreaming. But I took you in. I fed you. I thought... His words trailed away. I thought you were my friend. Grief stabbed his chest like gorse thorns. He struggled to steady his breathing. What was going on? I'm losing control. His heart pounded in his ears so that he hardly heard his own raspy mew. Thunder, can we speak in private? Thunder nodded and padded past his campmates. Smoothly, he leaped onto the steep branch. Clear Sky scrambled after him and followed him towards the break-in where they'd shared words just this morning. How had everything changed since then? What are you doing, Thunder? He desperately searched the young Tom's gaze. Thunder's wide, white paws glowed in the fast-fading light. I thought, when I came here, that I could help you lead. But you're not interested in my opinion. You always ignore my advice. It's pointless, me being here. Clear Sky's ear twitched. Thunder was whining like a spoiled kid. Help me lead? What makes him think he's so important? Do you think you'd get special treatment because you're my son? Thunder's eyes widened. No! I was no cat's son on the moor, but the cats there respected me. So you're abandoning us because you're not getting the respect you deserve? Clear Sky couldn't keep the scorn from his mew. Thunder thrust his muzzle close. I'm leaving because I don't want to watch you make any more dumb decisions. I've explained why I won't let my cats hunt more prey. That's not the dumb decision I meant. Thunder's eyes flashed with rage. Clear Sky drew in a sharp breath. You mean Starflower? You should banish her from the forest, Thunder snarled. She's nothing but trouble. Stop acting like a kid who's upset he can't get his first pick from the prey pile. I'm not. Clear Sky snorted. I'm your father. You can't tell me who I can and who I can take as a mate any more than you can tell me how to lead my group. That's the problem, Clear Sky. Thunder lashed his tail. I can't tell you anything. You think you know it all, but you don't. You can't tell good from bad. You never could. But you're so determined to be right, you'll twist everything to prove it. If you mistook a fox for a rabbit, you'd keep calling it a rabbit while it tore out your throat, just because you'd rather die than admit that you were wrong. Oh, snap. That's not true, Clear Sky snapped. If Starflower had chose you instead of me, you wouldn't be leaving. You're blinded by jealousy. Oh. Thunder lowered his voice to a hiss, but Starflower would never choose me. I'm not enough like One Eyes. He turned, his tail whipping past Clear Sky's muzzle. Oh my god, what a burn! And leaped back into the clearing. Clear Sky's chest tightened. He thinks I'm like One Eye? Stiff with shock, he watched. Leaf, pink eyes, cloud spots, and owl eyes. All the eyeballs are headed out. And Lightning Tail gathered eagerly around his son. With a flick of his tail, Thunder led them out of camp. Reef dragged at his bones, as heavy as water. I just wanted my kin near me. Jagged Peak and Greywing were in the pine forest. Thunder was leaving. His eyes misted. I'm sorry, Fluttering Bird. I failed you. And now I'm alone again. Somehow, I always end up alone. Somehow? What a baby. Oh my god, this guy. Also, welcome back, Lizzie. A familiar scent touched his nose. Starflower? Paws scuffed the earth beside him, and he turned to see her green eyes shining through the darkness. Her soft gaze met his. It's been a tough day. She reached forward and brushed her cheek with her muzzle. But don't be sad. A few troublemakers have left, that's all. This is your chance to build the loyal, strong group you've always wanted. Let Thunder go if he wants. His only ambition is to fill his belly. He will never be the leader that you are. Clear Sky let her words lull him. She wove around him, her thick pelt warming his. Icy weather was coming. He could smell it on the wind. Let Thunder find a new camp as Leaf Bear tightened its grip. He still had a loyal band of cats. He rubbed his muzzle into the soft fur of Starflower's neck. At last, he had a mate worthy of him. Another mate! Oh my gosh. They're official. Bro stole his son's girlfriend. He stole his son's his ex. He stole his son's ex? What? Strat! This is crazy. That was a crazy chapter. That was probably one of my favorite chapters in this series, actually. Spicy. What happened while you were gone? Thunder, he raised a mutiny. Clear Sky, his dad, he went and he's been seduced by Thunder's ex-girlfriend, Starflower. And now they're mates. Now Clear Sky and Starflower are mates. And Thunder had enough of his father's nonsense and he left and he took like 5 other cats with him. I'm surprised Blossom didn't leave with Pink Eyes, because Pink Eyes came with Blossom. Wild. Maybe eventually they'll head over.
All right. Chapter 13.
Thunder padded stiffly from the camp. He was acutely aware of the cats following at his heels. He was responsible for them now. All of them. His heart pounded in his chest. Am I doing the right thing? His father's words rang in his ears. If Starflower had chosen you instead of me, you wouldn't be leaving. You're blinded by jealousy. Was that true? No, it was far more than that. He couldn't live where he wasn't listened to, and he couldn't watch Clear Sky let cats go hungry. Did his father truly believe that their prey would not last through Leaf Bear, or was he just flexing his claws because he enjoyed ordering cats around? Lightning Tail fell in beside Thunder as he headed for the gully. Why didn't you tell me you were planning to leave? Thunder avoided his gaze. It was a quick decision. Numbly, he slithered into the gully. Rain had washed through it, and the earth was soft. Mud seeped around his paws. Lightning Tail landed behind him. Where are we going? Thunder felt the cold night air pierce his fur. I'm not sure. He glanced over his shoulder. Leaf, Cloud Spots, and Pink Eyes were following, Owl Eyes on their tail. His heart pounded harder. Greywing believed in me. Greywing believed in me, he reminded himself. I can do this. The gully wound towards the sycamore slope, and he leaped up to it. Followed the path he had carried prey along earlier that day. The forest was dark, the moon hidden behind clouds. As they climbed the slope, he stretched his eyes wide, picking out shapes among the shadows. An owl screeched in the distance, and Lightning Tail perked his ears. There must be prey around, the Black Tom murmured. We can hunt in the morning, Thunder told him. We have to find somewhere safe to sleep. If owls were looking for prey, foxes would be too. Thunder! Owl Eyes called from behind. Thunder heard fear in his mew and stopped. What's wrong? Owl Eyes was staring back down the slope, his pelt bristling. We're being followed. Thunder stiffened. Is it a kit? I bet it's a kit. Thunder stiffened. Had Clear Sky sent a patrol after them? He dashed past Leaf and Cloud Spots and stopped beside the young gray Tom. Can you see anything? Owl Eyes shook his head. I heard voices. Thunder tasted the air. There were no strange smells, just the sense of the camp drifting through the damp forest. You're imagining it. He began to head back to Lightning Tail. Dude, trust him. A hiss sounded from shadows below. A twig cracked. Who's there? Leaf unsheathed his claws. I'll take a look. Leaf barged past him, ears flat. Growling, the black and white Tom raced for the gully. Thunder watched him go, his ears twitching uneasily. Cloud Spot's pelt brushed his. Has Clear Sky come after us? Why would he? Lightning Tail paced around them. He said we would go if we wanted. We could go if we wanted. Cloud Spot snorted. But he's Clear Sky, remember? He can't be trusted. Pink Eyes was staring silently into the darkness. The half-blind cat's mouth was open as he tasted the air. Thunder saw his ears twitch. What? Hush! Pink Eyes leaned forward, his pelt bristling. Thunder's belly tightened. Stop him! Pink Eyes glowed sharply. Stop who? Leaf! Pink Eyes raced forward, bounding down the slope. Alarm flashed through Thunder. He sped after the white Tom. A shriek exploded from the shadows ahead. A long, low yowl sounded in reply. Oh my god. Thunder leaped past Pink Eyes as they reached the gully and jumped down into the muddy ditch. He smelled fear scent as he spotted Leaf's black and white fur. The Tom was hissing at a she-cat. Two small shapes huddled at her side. Milkweed! Aww. As Thunder pushed past Leaf, the queen bared her teeth. What are you doing here? Surprise rippled through Thunder's fur. Milkweed crouched in the gully, Thistle and Clover on either side. She eyed Leaf accusingly. We want to come with you, but he told us to go back. Leaf bristled beside Thunder. They can't hunt, and she's sick. Let Clear Sky look after them. How dare you? Milkweed lashed out with a forepaw and sliced her claws over Leaf's muzzle. The Tom hissed, eyes flashing with rage in the darkness. Thunder pushed between them. Milkweed and her kids can come with us if they want to, he growled. They'll make us weak. Leaf's tail whisked over the mud. I want to come with you so I can help. Milkweed snapped. Clear Sky kept promising I could hunt, but he never sent me out with a patrol. Thunder gazed at her sympathetically. Are you strong enough to hunt? Of course I am, Milkweed snapped. Her ribs still showed through her pelt. I've got kids to feed. Their hunger will drive me even harder than my own. She flashed a look at Leaf. He only wanted to fill his own belly. He doesn't belong in a group. Leaf bristled. That's not true. Your loyalty is to yourself, Milkweed hissed. Be quiet, both of you. Thunder looked from one to the other, and then the kids. Thistle was watching with narrowed eyes. Clover was growling, teeth bared. Leaf proved his loyalty when he chose to come with me, he told Milkweed. He turned to Leaf, and Milkweed's right. She has kids to raise, which means she has more to fight for than any of us. Leaf shifted his paws. She's been coughing since sunup. And she's skinnier than a leaf bear rabbit, he grunted. I bet she can't even run. Milkweed hopped out of the gully and leaned back to grab Thistle by his scruff. He mewed indignantly as she hauled him out. Clover scrambled up by herself. We'll be able to hunt soon, she hissed at Leaf. One day you'll be old and stiff and grateful for the food we bring you. Thunder felt a flash of pride in the feisty young kid. Come on. He jumped up the slope and beckoned to the kids with his tail. We need to find somewhere to sleep. Leaf pulled himself out of the gully and stalked up the slope. Should have just carried on walking, he grumbled as he passed Pink Eyes. The White Tom ignored him, his gaze on the kits. Hurry up, Thistle. He whisked his tail encouragingly. Thistle galloped towards him, Clover at his heels. Aw, he has his own little pack now. So cute. Have you ever watched Minha, by the way? One of the characters' backstory reminds me of Todoroki's. I have. I haven't finished it. I don't think I watched it. I read it. I read it for quite a while, and then I stopped. I stopped when All Might Actually, I shouldn't. I don't know how far you are, or if you finished. I won't spoil anything if anyone's reading it or wants to read it. Thunder fell in beside Milkweed as they followed the kids up the slope. He glanced sideways at her. I thought you were happy with Clear Sky. I'm grateful she took us in. He took us in, she answered, but I never liked depending on other cats to feed my kids. I want to hunt. You will, Thunder promised. He fluffed his fur against the chill. Finding enough prey to last through Leaf Bear was going to be their biggest challenge, but first they had to find somewhere to make camp. They caught up with Owl Eyes, Cloud Spots, and Lightning Tail. Leaf was already heading past the sycamore while the kit scampered after Pink Eyes. Lightning Tail blinked in surprise at Milkweed as she padded past him wordlessly, following her kits. Thunder caught his friend's eyes. I thought I was going to be spending the night alone in the forest. Tough, Lightning Tail purred. You're stuck with us. Aww. Thunder felt a surge of affection for his friend. He'd been relieved when the Black Tom had stepped forward and offered to go with him. He fell in beside him now, and together they headed up the slope. As the night deepened, the air grew colder. My paws ache, Owl Eyes muttered as they began to climb yet another slope. Above, the clouds had cleared to reveal a star-speckled sky, and Thunder could feel frost settling over the wood. He'd lost track of how far they'd come. This part of the forest was unfamiliar. Small, bare clearings followed by woodland brambled so thickly that it was hard to find a trail through. Where could they rest? Clearings were too exposed, the brambles too sharp to burrow beneath. Thunder! Clear Sky... Leaf's call sounded from ahead. As a dyslexic person, this book reading stream sounds like a nightmare. I am partially dyslexic. I think it depends on what kind of dyslexic it is. You can hear me sometimes fumble around when I'm reading. That is me messing up the order of things. Actually, you guys don't know this, but sometimes the sentences are completely different. I just start reading it one way and then I finish it by almost like putting together new words to make the sentence mean the same thing. But you guys will never know. Thunder bounded forward, skidding around Cloud Spots and Milkweed as they nudged the weary kits on. Careful! Leaf cautioned as Thunder neared. It's a steep drop. Thunder scrambled to a halt, sending a shower of grit spraying ahead of him. He heard it rattle over stone and land far below. Leaf was staring down into shadow, and Thunder followed his gaze. The land dropped away into a small ravine. Moonlight pooled at the bottom, lighting a clearing ringed by break-in trees. Leaf lifted his chin. You think we could get down there? Thunder surveyed the cliff. It was rocky, but there were enough ledges and jutting boulders for them all to jump down. With a little help, even the kids could make it, he meowed. Lightning Tail caught up and gazed into the ravine. Looks like there's plenty of shelter. Thunder jumped down onto the nearest ledge, relieved to find it solid beneath his paws. Excitement fizzled in his belly. Tell the others to hurry, he called up. They could rest here for the night and explore the area more in the morning. And hunt. His belly rumbled at the thought. The undergrowth was so thick below, there had to be prey. He led the way down, jumping from ledge to ledge, checking that the others were following each time he stopped. Before long, he landed on soft earth. A wall of prickly gorse blocked his way, and he sniffed along the base as Lightning Tail and Leaf guided Pink Eyes, Cloud Spots, Milkweed, and her kits down the cliff. Owl Eyes landed clumsily beside him. This is great! His round eyes shone in the moonlight. It would be if I could find a way past this gorse, Thunder muttered. Here! Thunder looked up. Owl Eyes was already squeezing under a gap in the spiny bush. Thunder followed, the thorn scraping at his spine. He wriggled out on the other side and gazed ahead. Grass circled a bare earth clearing where a large boulder stood, glittering with frost. Oh my god, it's the Thunder Rock! Or the High Rock, sorry. Brambles and bracken crowded the edge, and the trees stood like guards against the forest beyond. Hope flared in Thunder's belly. Could this be their new home? Lightning Tail squeezed from under the gorse. We can rest for the night over there. He nodded towards a thick clump of bracken. He crossed the clearing and began to trample the stems until he'd hollowed out a den. Thistle and Clover burst from beneath the gorse and raced towards the Black Tom. Is this where we're sleeping? Clover looked at him with round eyes. I want to sleep near the edge so I can listen to foxes, Thistle announced. Milkweed nosed her way into the clearing, Cloud Spots and Leaf on her trail. Pink Eyes followed, tasting the air. No cats here, he murmured. Do you think Clear Sky knows about this place? Let's hope not. Thunder felt a prickle of worry. In the morning, they would make new borders and organize hunting patrols. The scent of damp bracken filled his nose. Suddenly, he felt tired, his paws like stone. Leaf was already circling in the den. The black and white Tom flopped down wearily while Thistle and Clover huddled on the far side, eyeing him suspiciously. Milkweed slid in beside them and lay down, curling her tail protectively around them. Pink Eyes sniffed the edge of the den before settling, while Cloud Spots crouched next to Milkweed, his mouth open to taste the scents of their new home. Come on! Lightning Tail nodded to Thunder from the edge of the den. You must be exhausted. Thunder nodded and followed Pink Eyes across the clearing. He waited for the white Tom to pad into the bracken before settling down beside Lightning Tail. His paws were sore from walking, his belly hollow with hunger. His eyes stung with tiredness. Should one of us sit guard? Lightning Tail asked. I can do it, Owl Eyes offered. I can sit on the cliff top and look out for intruders. Leaf's nose was twitching. Perhaps we should hunt before we sleep. Thunder looked around at the cats huddled together in the shelter of the bracken. No cat is hunting or guarding, he told them. There's no scent of fox or other cats. We can sleep safely until morning, and then we can hunt. Murmurs of agreement stirred around him in the darkness. One by one, his campmates closed their eyes. Thunder gazed across the clearing, grateful they'd found shelter for the night. Beside him, Lightning Tail's breath softened into sleep. Thistle and Clover stopped fidgeting beside Milkweed. Leaf's eyes closed, and Cloud Spots began to snore gently. These were his cats now. Anxiety jabbed into his belly. How can I protect them all? He's got a good beefy camp camp. Cats. Blossom should have joined though because they need some babies. They need more babies. Thunder gazed at the tall oak, squinting against the sunshine spearing through its branches. He could see a wide gap far up the trunk. Howl hole? He climbed over the roots, satisfied when he saw a pellet of bones of fur lying among them. An owl definitely lived there. Prey must be rich in this part of the forest. He padded across the shaded stretch of ground and headed down the slope beyond. It felt good to be hunting alone, away from the responsibilities of the camp. If we hunt together, then we will be less tempted to keep our catch to ourselves. Clear Sky's words rang in his head. How could his father believe he would eat before the cats in his camp had full bellies? In the days that had passed since they discovered the ravine, they had made more nests among the bracken. The frost that had first come on the night they'd arrived had returned again and again, but sunshine pooled in the small, sheltered spot and warmed the camp by day. It had seemed foolish to look for another home. Milkweed had begun weaving brambles into a den for her kits in case snow came. She had also hunted, bringing back as much prey as Leaf. Her eyes flashed with satisfaction each time she dropped her catch among the other pieces of fresh kill. Aw, good. Pink Eyes had watched the kits while she'd been gone. Thunder was pleased to see how at ease the old Tom was in his new home. He could hardly believe that this was the same cat who'd snapped at Birch and Alder for playing with his tail. Now he would lie patiently in the sun-warmed clearing while Thistle and Clover clambered over him or played mossball nearby. Aw. From time to time he'd venture out of the ravine, hunting with Owl Eyes or helping Cloudspots collect herbs. His delicate sense of smell could detect fragrant leaves so well hidden that they were unharmed by frost. Yet the hunting wasn't easy. The sickness had clearly reached this deep into the forest. Prey was as scarce as it had been in Clear Sky's territory, and with kits to feed, finding enough each day was a challenge. Worry itched beneath Thunder's pelt as he padded down the slope. Had Clear Sky been right about hunting the forest dry before New Leaf? What if the prey ran out? He pricked his ears. Water chattered ahead. He could see the river glittering between the trees. He licked his lips, suddenly realizing how thirsty he was, and headed for the bank. The river was sluggish here, at the boundary of River Ripple's marshland, lapping at the edge of the forest. As he neared, movement caught his eye. He froze. A sparrow was hopping among the roots from a rowan, digging its beak deep into the leaf litter to rummage for bugs. Thunder dropped into a hunter's crouch and pulled himself forward, paw by paw. He lifted his tail to make sure it didn't drag over the rustling leaves. The sparrow lifted its head and gulped down a morsel. Thunder paused, waiting until it plunged its beak back down into the leaves. He narrowed his eyes. The sparrow was only a few tail lengths away. Could he risk leaping from here? No need. It seemed busy with its hunt for food. He drew himself forward a few more paw steps, his heartbeat quickening as the sparrow looked up and shook out its feathers. It hopped onto a root and glanced at the branches above. It's gonna fly away! As the sparrow spread its small wings, Thunder leaped, stretching high to bat the small brown bird down before it could flutter into the air. The sparrow fell to the ground. Thunder lunged, killing it with a quick bite. It was thin, but it would feed the kits. He carried it to the river and laid it down on the sandy shore before he bent to drink. Leaves rustled behind him. More prey? He turned, water dripping from his chin. 2 amber eyes watched from the woods. Blinking against the sunshine, Thunder unsheathed his claws. He smelled Tom. Tasting the air, he detected the odd scent of frost and stone. This cat wasn't from around here. He narrowed his eyes, glimpsing the dark shape of a black cat, and growled as the stranger's gaze flicked towards the sparrow. Catch your own prey, he warned. That was my prey. The Tom padded forward, his paws clumsily scuffing the sandy earth as he stepped on the trees. Thunder's pelt prickled. What do you mean? I was stalking it when you caught it. Unease flashed through Thunder. He hadn't realized he was being watched. He needed to be more careful on this new territory. But the Tom did not seem angry. Thunder suddenly saw how his pelt hung off his skinny frame and how his shoulders jutted like twigs beneath his fur. He recognized the look of hunger hollowing the cat's eyes and glanced guiltily at the sparrow. I didn't realize. Should he give up his catch? What about Thistle and Clover? They were hungry too. Where are you from? Thunder tipped his head. Was this cat from the two-leg pace? We came from far away. The Tom stared boldly now at the sparrow as it lay on the bank, hope sparkling in his dull gaze. We? Thunder scanned the forest edging the river, shifting his paws uneasily. Were there more cats watching him? We came from the mountains. The Tom went on. Interest sparked in Thunder's belly. When he was a kid, Greywing had told him stories of the journey he and some of the others had made from the mountains. From what Thunder could remember, it had been a long, dangerous trek. No wonder this cat looked so worn out. How many of you are there? He asked. I'll show you. The Tom headed back into the shadow of the trees. Thunder hesitated. Was this a trap? He could see the Tom's pelt moving like a shadow between the trunks. No. They could have attacked him on the bank and taken his catch. He picked up the sparrow and followed. Beneath the trees once more, it took a moment for his eyes to readjust to the gloom. He halted and scanned the forest. The black Tom was climbing over a fallen trunk, headed for the glade near the owl's tree. Thunder hurried after him, leaping the trunk and weaving his way past the stumps of shriveled ferns. We're getting areas in this part of the forest that match with ThunderClan's territory, like the owl tree, the high rock. The Tom was already climbing to the far side of the glade. He stopped beside a long dead beech tree. A splint in the trunk showed a hollow inside. Tom whispered something into the shadows. As Thunder approached, he saw two blue eyes blinking in the darkness and smelled the scent of a she-cat. She carried the same tang of frost and stone as her companion. Who's this? The she-cat glared from her nest in the hollowed trunk. The Tom dipped his head. I don't know. I found him drinking by the river. Does he know them? Has he seen where they... The she-cat began to cough, her frail body shuddering with each desperate hack. The Tom leaned down and began to lap her flank, trying to soothe her. Thunder smelled the stench of infection and crept closer. The she-cat's gray speckled pelt was matted, her bones showing even sharper through her fur than the Tom's. She crouched, trembling as her cough eased, and Thunder saw a blackened wound on top of her hind leg. He dropped the sparrow. You're injured. It's nothing. I know a cat who could give you herbs to heal it. Thunder offered. Should he get cloud spots? It will heal by itself, the she-cat muttered. Thunder nosed the sparrow towards her. Perhaps a little food will give you the strength to recover more quickly. The she-cat was old, far older than her traveling companion. Light specks of fur showed around her muzzle. She blinked at him in disbelief. You'd give me your prey? It was your friend's prey, really, Thunder told her. He spotted it first. The black Tom blinked at him gratefully. Eat it, Quiet Rain. He pawed the sparrow closer to the she-cat. Quiet Rain? Isn't that Greywing's mom? This is the first kindness we've met since our journey began, Quiet Rain murmured. Thunder dropped his head. Prey's been scarce since the sickness. What sickness? Quiet Rain lifted her head sharply, anxiety showing in her blue gaze. It is past now, Thunder reassured her, but it killed much of our prey before Leaf Bear. Quiet Rain glanced at her companion. Sun Shadow and I thought we were coming to a land of plenty, she mewed bitterly. It will be once New Leaf has brought the woods and more back to life. Thunder promised. Sun Shadow gazed at the sparrow hungrily. How long will it be until New Leaf? Thunder felt this jab of pity for the skinny Tom. Then curiosity rippled through his pelt. She called him Sun Shadow. Didn't Tall Shadow once have a brother called Moon Shadow? He died on the journey from the mountains. Could this be another littermate? He did not die on the journey. He died in the fire. No? Or maybe this was a different one? Maybe two of them died. Quiet Rain ripped a mouthful of flesh from the sparrow. What's your name? She asked, chewing noisily. Thunder, he replied, wondering if she could read his thoughts. Quiet Rain's eyes narrowed as she exchanged glances with Sun Shadow. She swallowed, a feather clinging to her whiskers as she turned back to Thunder. Have you met with a cat called Greywing? She asked, her mew tight with pain. Or Jagged Peak? Or Clear Sky? Sun Shadow leaned forward. Have you met Moon Shadow? He was my father. Thunder's belly tightened. These cats were from the tribe. What could he tell them? They had come so far to see their tribe mates. I know Tall Shadow, he told them cautiously. Sun Shadow's eyes shone. She's my father's litter mates. And what of Greywing? Quiet Rain's eyes lit up. Clear Sky? Jagged Peak? Thunder's tail trembled. How do you know them? I am their mother. Oh, snap. It was her mom. Their mom. Thunder searched for words. How could he tell this old she-cat that her sons now lived more as rivals than littermates? Memories of the great battle crowded in his mind. Well, Quiet Rain stared at him expectantly. Greywing and Jagged Peak live on the far side of this forest with Tall Shadow, he told her, thinking he could lead them to the pines. He wasn't eager to return to his father's camp yet, so he did not mention Clear Sky. I can take you to see them. Quiet Rain struggled to her paws, her eyes glistening. Are they well? Yes. What about my father? Sun Shadow leaned forward eagerly. Thunder avoided the Tom's gaze. Tall Shadow knows more than me, he mumbled. She can tell you everything when you reach her camp. We must leave. Quiet Rain stepped over the half-eaten sparrow, her paws trembling. Sun Shadow glanced at her anxiously. You should rest for a while first. Thunder nodded. It's a long trek, he told her. Finish your meal. We can go when you've got your strength back. Ooh, I'm excited! Wait, this series of chapters is really good. This is like hitting it. I'm into it. Chapter 14. Thunder watched Quiet Rain return to her meal. Worry jabbed his chest. Each bite seemed to pain her. Ooh, happy drawing! Her ears flattened as she chewed, and she winced with each swallow. Was she strong enough to make the journey? The pines were beyond the thunder path. Doubt gnawed at him. Perhaps I should take them back to my camp? He nudged Sun Shadow aside. I think Quiet Rain's wounds need treating before we leave, he hissed. Cloud Spots would know what to do. She won't want to wait for that, Sun Shadow whispered back. Not now she knows her sons are near. But she's so weak. She made the journey from the mountains, didn't she? She can't be much further to the pine forest. Quiet Rain jerked up her muzzle. What are you two whispering about? Thunder met her gaze. You should come back to my camp and rest, and let Cloud Spots help you. He hoped the mention of her old friend from the mountains might convince her, but Quiet Rain only paused for a moment, then returned to her meal. I don't want to waste any more time, she mewed, having clearly said all that she wanted to on the matter. Thunder exchanged looks with Sun Shadow. Don't bother arguing, the Black Tom murmured. Once Quiet Rain has made up her mind, it stays made up. Thunder gazed between the trees. He was a short run from the ravine. He should at least warn his campmates that he was headed for Tall Shadow's territory. They'd worry if he was late returning to camp. He dipped his head to Sun Shadow. I must tell the others that I'm leaving. Distrust sharpened at the Tom's gaze. It's okay, Thunder reassured him. I'll come back. Alone? Sun Shadow narrowed his eyes. Alone, he promised. The long journey had clearly left these cats wary. Who knew what cruelty they'd witnessed? My campmates are busy hunting. Thunder kept his mew reassuringly light. I'll be back soon. Leaving the mountain cats crouched at the foot of the beach, he bounded between the trees. His paws thrummed over the frozen earth as he headed for the ravine. Cutting between the brambles and leaping fallen trees, he raced until his chest hurt, only slowing as the slope steepened towards the camp. Thunder? Milkweed's call surprised him before he reached the top. He slowed to a halt, scanning the thick undergrowth until he caught sight of her ginger and black pelt. She stared at him from a patch of wood sorrel, its leaves closed against the cold. Are you hunting? Thunder asked. Milkweed rolled her eyes. No, she mewed sarcastically. I just felt like a stroll. Thunder's whiskers twitched. Now that her kits had a safe den and she could hunt once more. Milkweed showed as much spirit as any cat. The hunger she'd suffered still showed in her thin frame, but her eyes were bright and her cough had cleared. Have you caught anything yet? He asked. I buried a mouse back near the brambles. She nodded over her shoulder. I'll dig it up on the way back to camp. What about you? Her nose twitched curiously and she stiffened. You smell strange. Thunder whisked his tail. I found 2 cats from the mountains, he told her. They're looking for their kin. Milkweed tipped her head. Their kin? Grey-winged, jagged peak, and tall shadow. He didn't mention his father's name. He didn't want to explain why he was taking them all the way to the pines. I promised to show them the way. But why? Milkweed blinked. You have your own cats to look after now. These cats are starving and one of them is sick, he told her. They need my help. Milkweed gazed at him softly, nodding once. Of course. Can the group spare me? He glanced at the sky. The sun was climbing. It would be dusk before he returned. How long will you be gone? I'll be back by tonight. Thunder promised. I guess we can hunt without you. Milkweed told him. Thunder shifted his paws guiltily. I have to go. It's okay. Milkweed patted from the sorrel. We followed you because we trusted you to do the right thing. And if you are helping these mountain cats, it must be the right thing. Gratitude flooded beneath Thunder's pelt. He gazed warmly at the molted queen. Thank you. You'd better get back to them, Milkweed prompted. It sounds like they need you. As Thunder turned, she called after him. If you find any prey on your travels, bring it back to camp. I will. Thunder whisked his tail as he headed back to Sunshadow and Quiet Rain. They were waiting for him, eyes bright with hope. Sunshadow paced in front of the beach while Quiet Rain peered from the hollowed trunk. He could hear her rasping breath as he neared. We'll skirt the edge of the forest and cross the moor, he told them as he stopped beside Sunshadow. A journey through the forest would be too arduous for such weakened cats. Leaping gullies and fallen trees would exhaust them. Hi, Sirius! We might meet Clear Sky. He pushed the thought away. Follow me. He headed for the river, leading them out of the shelter of the trees and onto the sandy shore. The sun glittered on the water as freezing wind whisked over it. Thunder felt it through his thick fur. He glanced at Quiet Rain and Sunshadow. They padded side by side, keeping their paws clear of water. Are you cold? He asked. Quiet Rain caught his eye. Cold? In this wind? She snorted. We come from the mountains, remember? Of course. Thunder's whiskers twitched. Quiet Rain might walk with a limp and need to stop to cough every now and then, but there was nothing wrong with her tongue. They walked in silence as the sun crossed the sky, the sand turning to pebbles beneath Thunder's paws. He tensed when he caught the scent of Clear Sky's markers, tainting the breeze. They were passing his father's territory. He glanced nervously into the forest, searching for movement among the trees. A blackbird chittered in the branches, but there was no sign of a patrol. Thunder was suddenly thankful Clear Sky had kept his cats confined to camp. He quickened his pace. He could see where the forest ended and the river bent towards the gorge. They could leave the shore and forest behind and head straight onto the moor. Sirius, hello! Silly goose. Hello? 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 Not so fast! Quiet Rain. Oh, not so fast! Quiet Rain croaked. He glanced back, realizing that the mountain cats were falling behind. He hurried back and took a spot beside Quiet Rain, shielding her from the forest, while Sun's shadows flanked her other side. The sooner they were past Clear Sky's land, the better. Tell me about the mountains, he mewed softly, one ear twisted towards the woods. You must know of it already if you know Greywing and Tall Shadow, Quiet Rain answered. Surely they've told you stories of their home. They've told stories, Quiet Thunder agreed. But I don't know how much is real and how much imagined. What did they tell you? Quiet Rain asked. That the snow fell so thick and so fast it could drown a cat caught out in a blizzard, Thunder told her. That much is true. Quiet Rain flicked her thin tail. Did they tell you about the eagles that can carry off a full-grown tom? And the drop so sheer, the valley so deep, that if a stone fell, you would not hear it land? What did you hunt? Thunder knew that hunger had driven Greywing and the others to the moor. Are there mice and voles in the mountains? Sunshadow purred. There are mice everywhere, and in the warm seasons, we can hunt the lower slopes for rabbits and small birds. What do you hunt when the snow comes? Thunder asked, wondering how these cats could ever survive the rocky crags. Whatever we can. Shadow told him, sometimes we find the carcass of a deer left by a sharp-tooth. A sharp-tooth? Thunder's pelt lifted along his spine. They're giant cats, Sunshadow told him. They are rare, but far more deadly than eagles. Why do you stay there? Thunder asked. Sunshadow shrugged. It's our home. Thunder didn't understand, but it sounds so cold and prey-poor. Stoneteller found it, Sunshadow explained. Thunder remembered Greywing and Clearsky talking about Stoneteller. Is that your leader? She's more than a leader, Quiet Rain rasped. She is ancient, and speaks with the ancients who died before her. She tells us what it is and what will be. Thunder could only blink. These certainly were strange cats. Sunshadow went on. Long ago, she journeyed from far away, and the mountains were the first place to welcome her. Welcome her? Thunder didn't comment. These cats thought snowy mountains full of eagles and sharp-tooths were welcoming, or even stranger than he'd thought. Pebbles swished beneath their paws. The shore winded and the forest thinned beside them as the river curved away towards the gorge. Thunder could hear the faint roar of water where the river tumbled down between the cliffs. He could see the stepping stones that crossed from the moor onto River Ripple's marshes. This is where Blue Star died. Stones turned to grass as they climbed towards the moor. Wind streamed through his whiskers and he smelled the scent of heather. For a moment, memories swamped him. He was hunting with Lightning Tail, veering across the wind-blown grass as his friend drove a rabbit towards him. Hawksswoop was calling them back to camp. Acornfur was pacing sulkily at the entrance to the hollow, complaining that they'd left her behind. Thunder! A familiar call jerked him back into the present. He turned his head. River Ripple's silver pelt showed on the shore behind them. Who's that? Sunshadow's pelt bristled along his spine. Quiet Rain flattened her ears. Don't worry. Thunder hailed the river cat with a flick of his tail. He's a friend. River Ripple bounded from the shore and hurried up the grassy slope after them. He slowed and stopped a few paces behind, his gaze flashing from Quiet Rain and Sunshadow. Quiet Rain's eyes narrowed to slits. You smell of water, she hissed. River Ripple dipped his head. I live beside the river. Quiet Rain winkled her nose. What cat would live beside water? The fishing is good, River Ripple told her. Quiet Rain's gaze flickered along his sleek, plump flank. You catch fish? She gasped. How? I swim. Quiet Rain turned to Sunshadow, her eyes wide. What kind of place had we come to? Place like any other. River Ripple's mew was polite. Where are you heading? To the pine forest. Thunder jerked his head towards the distant horizon. Why cross the moor? River Ripple patted to his side. You could have cut through the forest. Quiet Rain narrowed her eyes. Is that true? Thunder stiffened. River Ripple didn't know that he'd left Clearsky to set up his own camp, and he didn't want to explain now. Quiet Rain might demand he take them back to meet her son. Sunshadow and Quiet Rain are weak from their journey from the mountains. I thought the moor would be easier to cross. River Ripple's gaze glittered with interest. You come from the mountains? We come in search of kin, Sunshadow told him. Thunder added quickly. I'm taking them to Tall Shadow's camp. He nodded towards Sunshadow. This cat is Moonshadow's son. River Ripple dipped his head. Moonshadow was a fine cat. Sunshadow stiffened. He was? River Ripple caught Thunder's eye. You haven't told him. Thunder lifted his chin, looking solemnly at the Black Tom. Moonshadow was killed. He died bravely saving his friends from a fire. Sunshadow swayed on his paws. My father! Quiet Rain ducked in beside him, pressing her thin shoulder to his. We always knew they were taking a risk. We always knew they were taking a risk when they left the mountains. But I wanted a chance to know him. Sunshadow's mew was thick with grief. Thunder stared at the ground, his pelt hot. I should have told you before. I'm sorry. Quiet Rain's mew hardened. What about the others? Thunder tried to drag his gaze from the grass, his heart pounding. What can I tell them? So many were dead. This wasn't the time to share such sorrow. They still had to cross the moor. Greywing and Jagged Peak are fine, he told her softly. Then he mumbled, so is Clear Sky. River Ripple wove past him and faced Quiet Rain. There is much to tell you, but this is not the place. Let us lead you to Tall Shadow's camp where you can rest. He caught Thunder's eyes. I'll accompany you. Thunder felt relief wash his fur. River Ripple understood that these cats needed shelter far more than they needed to hear the truth. As the Silver Tom headed onward, the mountain cats followed him wordlessly. Sunshadow's tail dragged along the ground, and Quiet Rain's breath rattled in her chest as the slope steepened.
Ooh, congrats! Bill, you filled out a week. Actually, I don't know if it's a week. Is it like 6 days? Something like that. Anyway, yippee! Also, you're almost at 200 snacks. Crazy. Crazy! 6, I think. Where was I? Where was I?
River Ripple slowed and put his shoulder against hers. We're nearly at the top. Sunshadow fell in beside Thunder. How long ago did he die? Many moons. Thunder kept his gaze fixed ahead. He wished he could ease the Tom's grief, but he didn't know how. Did you know him well? I was young. But you know Tall Shadow and Greywing. Thunder's pelt prickled uncomfortably. Yes. Quiet Rain glanced at him. What about Jagged Peak and Clear Sky? How well do you know them? Well enough. Thunder's mew thickened. I'm Clear Sky's son.
Well enough. I'm Clear Sky's son.
Quiet Rain stopped and stared at him. Clear Sky's son? Delight flooded her gaze. Where is he? Where's Brightstream? Thunder faced her, puzzled. Brightstream? Your mother. Quiet Rain meowed. Clear Sky and Brightstream were destined to be mates. Brightstream died on the journey from the mountains. The words blurted from Thunder's mouth before he could stop them.
You finished your drawing! Yippee!
Quiet Rain's eyes clouded. She died too? An eagle carried her off, Thunder mumbled, guilt clawing at his heart. She left the mountain only to suffer a mountain cat's fate. Anger tinged Quiet Rain's mew. Who's your mother then? Her gaze scorched Thunder's. Storm? He answered quietly. She is Clear Sky's mate. Quiet Rain held his gaze. She was. Was? Quiet Rain stared in disbelief. More death? Thunder could only nod. Why did we even come here? Quiet Rain pulled away from River Ripple and limped to Sunshadow's sides. This is a place where cats have come to die. Not all cats. River Ripple's gentle mew carried on the wind that was gusting over the moor top and tugging at the cat's fur. It is a place where prey is rich and the green leaf is long and warm. Thunder purred his agreement. Greywing and Jagged Peak love it here, and Jagged Peak has kits now. Quiet Rain lifted her head. Kits? Stormpelt, Two-Nose, and Eagle Feather, Thunder told her, relieved to have some good news for the older she-cat. Quiet Rain mewed approvingly. Good, strong names. She's such a grandma. Oh my god. Hawkswoop had kits too. River Ripple nudged her gently onward. Let me tell you about them. Thunder felt a wave of gratitude towards the river cat as he steered the old she-cat across the moor, chattering easily. River Ripple is like the goat. I love him. I love him! They passed the rim of the Four Trees Hollow and followed the moor as it sloped towards the Thunder Path. Beyond, the pines stood like a great dark wall, their tips scratching the pale sky. Thunder stopped on the grass area at the side of the Thunder Path and gazed along the straight, black track. There were no monsters to be heard, but the foul stench in the air told him one had passed by recently. We must be careful crossing here, he told Sun Shadow. Quiet Rain snorted beside River Ripple. Do you think we haven't seen plenty of these stinking tracks on our journey already? Thunder stepped back and let the she-cat approach the Thunderpath edge with Sun Shadow. She glanced both ways, then scuttled across it like a mouse. The Black Tom bounded after her. Thunder padded to River Ripple's side. Do you think all mountain cats are as prickly as these two? River Ripple purred. I'm sure they're just tired from their journey. He glanced along the Thunder Path, then darted across. Thunder chased his tail, pleased that there were no monsters. Sun Shadow and Quiet Rain were waiting beside the pines, staring at the shadows beyond. Which way? Sun Shadow asked. I'm not sure. Thunder glanced hopefully at River Ripple. Have you been here before? River Ripple shook his head. Slatesville visited. She told me Tall Shadow made her camp deep in the pine forest. Thunder looked at the brambles crowding between straight dark trunks. That might be hard to find. River Ripple padded into the shadows. We won't fail, he promised. You must know their scents, Quiet Rain sniffed. Smell them out. In the mountains, a kid can track a mouse in the snow. Tracking scents in a pine forest might be harder than tracking scents in snow, Thunder warned. The tang of pine sap swirled around them. He opened his mouth, searching for the familiar taste of his old campmates. Please let us find the camp soon. Quiet Rain's eyes were dull with exhaustion, and her limping stride was getting worse. She needed rest. Come on. River Ripple beckoned the mountain cats forward and led them past a rotting log. Felt prickling with unease, Thunder headed into the forest. What would Tall Shadow say when she saw her old friends from the mountains? And how would she break the news of the rift between Quiet Rain's sons and the death of so many of her tribe mates? Dang. Okay, I want to see the reaction. I'm going to read one more chapter for today, and then we will head off. Chapter 15. Thunder brought them to a stop at the edge of a clearing so Quiet Rain could catch her breath. He peered through the brambles and felt his heart surge with relief. He could see Tall Shadow inside, mouthing something to Holly. We found their camp! The black she-cat pointed with their tail at a prey pile. The two mice and scrawny blackbird would surely not feed all her cats. Thunder felt his pelt prickle with sympathy. It seemed that every group was having trouble keeping their cats well fed. Then Thunder noticed the shelter Holly stood beside, a large den woven from the branches at the far end, with a high arched roof. What an ingenious shelter, Thunder thought. He wondered if he could recreate something similar for his own cats. Thunder felt warmth spread through his pelt. Tall Shadow's cats were making their new camp into a home. The shelter of the pines was surely safer and cozier than the hollow on the moor. If they can do it, so can I. He turned to Quiet Rain. Can you continue? He murmured. Of course I can, the old she-cat hissed. Thunder led the others through the brambles, which rattled as they stepped into camp. Tall Shadow hurried forward to greet them, her nose twitching, likely at the unfamiliar scent of Quiet Rain and Sun Shadow. As she stared, puzzled, at strangers, Mudpaws and Mouse Ears appeared behind her, their pelts bristling uneasily. Holly drew up alongside her leader. Who is this? She asked. Before Thunder could answer, Quiet Rain stepped forward and met Tall Shadow's gaze. Her speckled pelt might have clung to her bones, but she stood tall and proud. Tall Shadow seemed to sense her authority, her eyes narrowing nervously as Quiet Rain gave her gaze that was almost familiar. Then Tall Shadow's eyes widened. Don't you know me? Quiet Rain's mew was thick with emotion. Tall Shadow leaned forward and sniffed, her pelt seeming to bristle with excitement. Quiet Rain? Oh, Quiet Rain? Is that you? Holly shifted beside her. You know this cat? Quiet Rain purred, her chest crackling. She knows me well. She lifted her muzzle as Tall Shadow bounded forward and wove around her. Thunder felt relief tingling in his skin as her gaze flickered to the second cat. You must be Moonshadow's kid. You look so much like him. You. Tall Shadow's words trailed off, her eyes shutting tightly as if to stifle the ache in her heart. The loss of her litter mate clearly still hurt her, but she shook her head clear of it, her face filling with delight to gaze upon his son. Sunshadow gave a solemn nod. Oh yeah! Oh my god, I remember now. I'm like, why wasn't his kit with him? Because Moonshadow and his mate had like a breakup, like right as they were leaving, and he left, and she was like shouting at him as they left, like, "You'll never see your kits! They're staying here!" So funny. I'm glad we get to see one of the kits. Sunshadow gave a solemn nod. Thunder saw Tall Shadow freeze. He stepped forward, leaning close to her ear. They know about Moonshadow and Brightstream, he murmured, but that's all I've told them from their old tribe mates. Quiet Rain was glancing around the camp, her eyes glistening with hope. Where's Greywing? Tall Shadow hesitated. What's wrong? Quiet Rain jerked around to stare accusingly at River Ripple. Is that why you kept prattling like a magpie all the way here? Are you hiding more sorrow from us? River Ripple's gazed steadily back at her, but said nothing. Tall Shadow gripped the earth with her claws. Greywing isn't here at the moment. She looked at Thunder. Have you seen him? Thunder frowned at her. Why would I see him? He lives here now. Holly's ears twitched. He left camp a few days ago. He's missing? Quiet Rain blinked at Thunder. You said he'd be here! She scanned the clearing again. Are Clear Sky and Jagged Peak missing too? Let's look at your drawing. Oh, cute! I like the... Is that like a eyebrow piercing or an eyebrow scar that I'm seeing? Sunshadow's spine stood on end. What else are you hiding from us? Tall Shadow looked desperately at Thunder. Sunshadow's bony flanks were quivering, while Quiet Rain swayed on her old, weak legs. Thunder's tail drooped. I've only succeeded in bringing them more grief. Paws pattered towards them. I smell infection. Pebbleheart was hurrying across the clearing. He stopped beside Quiet Rain and began sniffing at her pelt. She flinched away. Who's this? Pebbleheart, Tall Shadow told her. He has the power to heal. I know herbs that might help you, Pebbleheart mumbled modestly. He sniffed Quiet Rain's pelt once more, stopping as he reached the blackened wound on her hind leg. Is this your only other injury? He asked. Quiet Rain snorted. The only one worth mentioning. It needs a paulus, Pebbleheart told her. I'll make you one. Please rest while I do, and eat. You will need strength to fight this infection. It's gone deep. He nodded towards the prey pile, then hurried towards his den. Quiet Rain watched him go. At least there's one cat who's honest. We are all honest, Tall Shadow bristled, meeting Quiet Rain's gaze with a fierce one of her own. Pebbleheart is right. You need rest. There is much you need to know, but I'm not telling you anything while you look like you might fall over at any moment. Thunder looked at the old she-cat, wondering how she'd react to Tall Shadow's bluntness. Then a purr spluttered in Quiet Rain's throat. You have your father's temper. I see where Clear Sky got his spirit. Tall Shadow headed for Pebbleheart's den. Follow me. Thunder stayed close to Quiet Rain as she approached the den, just in case her tired legs gave way. Quiet Rain sniffed. It smells of sap. Tall Shadow halted beside the den entrance. Pebbleheart is mixing herbs to treat your wound. As she spoke, Pebbleheart slid out, a leaf folded in his jaws. He dropped it beside Quiet Rain. Lie down, please. She glanced at him wearily, but followed his order and carefully lowered herself to the ground. Thunder could see relief softening on the old cat's face as she rested. Pebbleheart unfolded the leaf with his paw, then lapped up some of the green pulp inside and began to wash it onto Quiet Rain's wound. She winced but made no sound. Will it heal? Sunshadow leaned forward. In time, Pebbleheart murmured between licks. Tall Shadow signaled to Mudpaws and Mouseear with a flick of his tail. We'll need more prey. Mouseear nodded. We'll hunt. I found a stash of beech nuts while we were out this morning. Mudpaws meowed. Where there are nuts, there are squirrels. The two Toms crossed the clearing, rushing past River Ripple as they headed out of camp. I love cheese! Tall Shadow stepped away from Quiet Rain and Pebbleheart, coming to a stop at Thunder's side. Thank you for bringing them here. Thunder shrugged. She wanted to see you and Greywing. Tall Shadow's whiskers twitched with worry. If you see any sign of Greywing, please tell him to come home. I will. Thunder dipped his head. At the edge of his vision, he saw River Ripple shifting his paws impatiently. I must get back to the island. The others will wonder where I am. Tall Shadow's green eyes brightened with hope. Did you accept Dapplepelt and Chatterdice into your group? Of course. The Silver Tom purred. They were welcome and have settled in well. Night and Dew have been teaching Dapplepelt to swim. Thunder shuddered at the thought. She caught her first fish yesterday. She might have been born in the mountains, but she moves like an otter in the water. Did you say Dapplepelt? Quiet Rain's raspy voice called across the clearing. She and Chatterdice live with River Ripple now, Tall Shadow called back. Mountain cats living beside the water. Quiet Rain blinked as Pebbleheart worked on her wound. Don't forget, we were raised behind a waterfall. Thunder saw Tall Shadow's eyes glaze over it at the distant memory. Perhaps Dapplepelt missed the sound of it lulling her to sleep. Thunder's heart suddenly felt heavy. So many cats had made so many choices, from long before the time he was born. Each time they did, it brought changes to the cats, not to the groups, to the camps. It brought changes to the cats, to the groups, to the camps. Huge changes. New lines of territory and occasional death. Not all the choices had been good ones. Would Quiet Rain be able to understand all the quarrels the cats had had? How would she feel, seeing the grave beside the 4 trees? The grave where so many of her tribe mates now lay. River Ripple turned. I must go. So must I. Thunder glanced at Tall Shadow. Can you take care of them? Do you have enough prey? We'll find enough, Tall Shadow promised. We're quickly learning the best places to hunt among the pines, and in the quiet of the forest, prey is easy to hear. It may be scarce, but we're good at hunters. River Ripple gave a respectful nod before he headed towards the entrance. Thunder turned to follow, but stopped when he heard his father's mother call once more across the clearing. Don't go, Thunder. Tell me more about Clear Sky. Has he found a new mate? Thunder hesitated, his paws suddenly feeling moth-sodden. Stay, Tall Shadow whispered, just long enough to reassure her that he is well. Thunder held her gaze, uncertain of how to respond. Before he could, the bramble walls shuddered as Jagged Peak padded in. Holly hurried to greet him. You're back! Quiet Rain pushed herself to her paws, nudging Pebbleheart away. My son! Jagged Peak paused, his eyes wide. Quiet Rain? Joy lit up his gaze as he hurried to greet her. Quiet Rain's gaze flickered instantly to his injured hind leg, which dragged behind him. What happened? She gasped. An old injury. Jagged Peak halted. I fell from a tree. It's not important. Quiet Rain stared at him, disappointment clouding her gaze. You're lame. Ma'am, that is not how you talk to your son. Jagged Peak stiffened, the fur rippling along his spine. Thunder's paws tingled with dread. Jagged Peak never liked other cats treating him weak. Would he admonish his mother the way he had Greywing? Holly growled. He has a slight limp, she told Quiet Rain sharply. That's all. He could hunt and think as well as any cat, and... Excited mules cut her off. Dewno's raced into camp, dragging a vole, while Stormpelt and Eaglefeather crowded around her. It's my turn to carry it, Eaglefeather complained. Jagged Peak turned on them sternly. Behave yourself. My mother is visiting from the mountains. Dewno's dropped the vole and stared at the ragged she-cat. That's your mother? Stormpelt raced to Holly's side and sheltered under her belly. That cat smells funny. Eaglefeather padded towards Quiet Rain, his nose twitching. Why have you come here? Quiet Rain glared at Jagged Peak, bristling. Is this how you raise your young in this land of soft earth? I would never allow such rudeness. Holly's eyes flashed with rage. Perhaps that's why your son's left. Oh! Quiet Rain glared back. How dare you? Jagged Peak stepped between them. My kits are lively, he told her, but they have good hearts and will make fine hunters one day. Quiet Rain ignored him and turned to Thunder. Oh my god, what is her problem? Hello? She's like, oh my god, my son broke... No, okay. She is so much like Clear Sky, actually. Dismissing him instantly? Oh my god. Quiet Rain ignored him and turned to Thunder. I wish to see my other sons, she meowed. Where's Clear Sky? Thunder dropped his gaze. He's in the forest. Quiet Rain's eyes widened. We found you in the forest. Why did you bring us all the way here? I will take you to him when you're stronger, he mumbled. Quiet Rain jerked her gaze to Tall Shadow. And what about Greywing? I told you, Tall Shadow meowed irritably. We haven't seen him for days. If Greywing is missing, Quiet Rain growled, you must find him. I came here to see my kin. Thunder saw Tall Shadow staring at the she-cat. Please don't fight, he willed them both. Quiet Rain is just a concerned mother, that's all. The mountain cat was also tired and hungry and carrying a wound that looked painful. And there was still more grief for the old cat to face. Tall Shadow seemed to come to the same conclusion as Thunder. She turned to face him. Find Greywing, please.
Thunder can't do that. He has a clan to lead. Find him yourself.
Oh my god. What's your issue? Can't he? I feel like he has to say you have to go send him. You have to go find him yourself. I've literally cats to take care of. He has to. There's no way.
You have a drawing addiction? Good. Draw as much as you can, all the time, every day. You'll improve so much, it is insane. Once, a few years ago, I had this, like, New Year's resolution that I would draw every day. It didn't matter what it was. It could be a smiley face. It could be a little stick person. It could be an actual full drawing. But so long as I drew and pick up a pencil every single day, that was like the goal. And I did it all the way to my birthday, and then I forgot to do it on my birthday, and then this is what you shouldn't do. I like lost motivation because I stopped doing it. But even if you miss a day, you should still keep going. Don't be like me. Learn from my mistakes. I do want to keep drawing again. I want to get back to drawing. I used to like actually be getting like a style. Like that's the how far I was in drawing. Like I hadn't developed a style, but I was starting to develop a style and I was so excited about it. But I haven't done that since. I was thinking that I would start drawing my dreams because my dreams are so weird. And then I could like tell you guys like what weird dreams I'm having as well as drawing at the same time. And you guys could be like, what is going on in her head? I don't even know. I don't know what's going on in my own head. Direct a message. Who is adding me? I don't know who you are. So I'm not adding you. All right, I think that's a good place to end. We kind of start a new thing. I'm mad that I will be mad if Thunder winds up looking for Greywing. He has his own stuff to take care of. Quiet Rain will definitely end up staying with Clear Sky, though. There's no doubt about it. She is too much like her, too much like Clear Sky. Hi, DT. LRRR. You're gonna draw me? Oh, that'd be so cute. You'll have to send me the full picture instead of just changing your icon so that I could save it. Can upload it on Imgur. I'd love to see it. Alright, I'm gonna end for today. Tomorrow we are going to play The Hookup. I'm very excited about that. It is old game, an old Flash game that I only remember like very brief things about it. So I'm really excited about relearning everything about it and finding the drama and stuff. And we might also do a ranking because I felt like ranking noodles. I'm not sure why, but I was thinking about what noodles are my favorite noodles and which noodles I don't like. And I thought that I would do like maybe a ranking of some noodles. So when you come in tomorrow, think about your noodles that you like and dislike, so that when we do the noodle ranking, you'll be able to give your 2 cents. You'll upload the final drawing to YouTube. Yay! I think I actually have a community tab on YouTube, but I've never used it. Let me look. I don't actually know how to use it. Go to your channel. Do I have a community? Maybe not. No, I did. I did talk in it once. Aha, posts. Also, I didn't know I had a oh yeah, posts. Can people post in there? I don't think so. Maybe you can reply to it. Hello. I remembered I have a community tab again. Wait, please. Wait. I don't think there's very many of you here today, though. You really want to do a raid? Where do you want to go? Ooh, it's Wellness Wednesday with Harley. That could be nice. Meow, 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 meow. I don't want to hear myself. Oh, is he doing a... No, he's not doing a collab. Something is going on in Harley's chat. Okay. Have fun with Harley. Bye-bye, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Have a great rest of your day. Don't raid yet, please. Oh, no, we're already going. They're already going. Silver lining. It's already too far. You have something to say? Quick, say it. Say it now. Uh-oh, they might be ending stream. That's okay. Oh, well. 6? 7? Do I like 6 or 7? I like 7. Bye-bye. Bye. Say hi to Harley. Bye.
Welcome in, Nono. Welcome. Oh my god. I tried to talk over that one. Hi, Nono. Hi, welcome in. Welcome. Oh, 10 seconds. Wait, it'll let me shout out in 10 seconds. I'm sorry for the cursing instantly, Nono. I hope you're doing well. It's good to see you, Nono. How was stream? I hope you're doing amazing. I hope you're doing wonderful. It's been a while. I hope everything's going well, Nono. Yeah, it went well. Heck yeah. I'm trying. I forget what level of cursing is on.
Oh, I'm still live? My god.